Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So in this video, what I want to do is talk all about edges. Now, many people have problems growing their edges, and I know because I was there once as well. So in this video, what I want to do is share some of my top reasons why a lot of people are experiencing damage and breakage, and they are not getting that full, thick, longer growth, especially on their edges. With that being said, if you are somebody who is noticing bald spots, you are noticing thinning, and you are trying the things that I share in this video, please contact me, reach out to me, because I'm here to help you to get your hair growing and flourishing 2023. That is my goal, is to help as many of you as possible. You know that I've been MIA on YouTube, but I am back to try and help you to get your hair growing and flourishing, especially your edges. So with that being said, let's get into this video. Now, many people have a hard time growing their edges. They are experiencing extreme damage, breakage, hair loss, which is causing it to look like their hairline is receding or just that their hairline is out of control. Now, one of the main culprits for this that I've noticed over the years of helping people, and myself included, is that a lot of reasons why many of us are not getting that flourishing, healthy growth on our edges is because of damage. Now, of course, there are biological factors, including, hereditary, genetics, all of that stuff does come into play when it comes to maybe your edges growing slower or thinner or shorter than the rest of your hair. But if you notice that everything is flourishing and growing and just your edges are not, that could be a sign of damage. It could be a sign of something that we have caused, which is why our edges are not flourishing. So what I want to do is share with you some of the top reasons, the top things that I've discovered over the years of working with many individuals as to why your edges are not flourishing. So before I get into that, let me just share with you that I know all too well about damage on the edges. I used to have extremely damaged edges to the point where I thought shaving it off would help my edges to grow back fuller and thicker, and it did not help. So if you are somebody who, you're noticing that your edges are just not flourishing, trust me, I've been there. I totally get it. I understand. What I'm going to share with you, I hope is really going to help you, because over the years, not only have I gotten my hair to grow back and not be damaged, but it's longer, thicker, and fuller than it's ever been. The number one thing that I've noticed where people are getting extreme damage is by using gel on their edges. Certain gels actually clog your hair follicle. This is something that can affect you further down the line. So if you're somebody who uses gel all the time and you don't have any problems growing your edges, these are the people who usually come to me years later and they tell me what they've been doing for years. And then I start to put the puzzle pieces together and realize that gel is probably one of the worst things that you can use on your edges if you are having problems with your edges. So not only can gel clog the hair follicles, causing damage, but certain gels cause a drying effect, which once again is drying the skin, drying out the hair follicle, drying your actual hair strands, so that when you rinse the gel out, not only is the skin damaged and the follicle damaged, but the hair strands are actually dry and brittle and weak, and they break off. And that's why you get that constant breaking off, growing back, breaking off cycle. So it seems like the hair isn't really growing when it really is. There are actually gels out there that have certain ingredients that cause allergic reactions and sensitivities. So you might notice that you start scratching or you start playing with your edges, and it really could be because ingredients in those gels, chemicals, toxins, are actually causing a reaction on the skin, which is affecting the way that your hair is growing. Because if there's inflammation or if there are, cuts, scars, open sores, it's going to cause an array of issues for long-term hair growth. Now, gel, I understand people go to work, people have functions, and I'm all about looking and feeling your best. Trust me, I am not against you, feeling amazing. However, one thing that you have to consider is if feeling your best and looking your best is causing your hairline to be destroyed and damaged, is it worth it for you? Now, if you are realizing, no, I want my edges, I want to be restored, then one thing that you do have to do is limit the amount of times you are using gel on your edges, or just don't use it at all. For whatever reason, if you have to use gel on your edges, maybe for work or maybe for a special engagement coming up, then I would say instead of using some of those store-bought gels loaded with chemicals and toxic ingredients that really do damage your skin, your hair follicles, and your hair, try using something more natural. Or you can try using a flaxseed gel. And I have a video, a DIY video that I did years ago where I made the flaxseed gel for you. I applied it, so I showed you how to use it. And it really does work. Another thing with using a more natural product like flaxseed gel is that you are actually giving your body some, nutrients. You're actually helping with moisture. So even though you are still slicking down those edges, making them look good, you are using a product that is actually helping your hair instead of hindering the growth process. Now, the second reason why many people are not seeing amazing growth on their edges, amazing results, is because of certain hair practices. So if you are somebody who is wearing braids, extensions, really weighty hair on your edges especially, or if you're somebody who has locks and you get those locks wet, no matter what the reason is, if you have extensions or locks and it is weighing down on your very fragile, very delicate hair follicles, you could be causing damage. And I'm not just talking about a little bit of damage. You could actually be causing permanent damage depending on how often you do these styles or how often your hair is hanging, or even if, once again, you are getting it wet and you are not properly taking care of your hair follicles. Maybe instead of putting the extensions, individually on your edges, you might just maybe put like one braid down on your edges to preserve that edge. So even keeping your hair maybe in an upper style and keeping it like in a bun, that might be a good solution. Now, the third reason why many people are experiencing damage to your edges, breakage, edges that are just not flourishing, is because of overstyling. Now, overstyling could mean anything. It could mean washing too often, moisturizing too often. It could mean the styles that you are putting your hair in, as far as braiding your hair straight back into cornrows, or, slicking it back with brushes. I, once again, get it. I was there too. I love looking and feeling my best. However, instead of doing these styles on a consistent, regular basis, maybe what you want to do is do that style maybe once for the month, and then give your edges, all of your hair really a break, and then maybe the following month you can do it again. The fourth reason on why people are noticing extreme damage and breakage to their edges are headgear in general. Are you wearing hats, scarves? Are you wearing wigs? Are you wearing things on your edges that are causing, friction and damage? If they are, a constant rubbing, all of that is going to damage your edges for sure. So you want to make sure that if you do have to wear headgear, whether it's for work, sports, whatever, hobbies, that you are protecting your edges first before wearing these things. Now, a prime example is I wear scarves on a regular basis, only because my hair gets really dry really quickly. So when I get my hair wet, I like to keep a scarf on to preserve the moisture, to keep the moisture locked onto my hair strands. But one thing I realized over the years is I do not put the scarf directly onto my edges. So you can see that the scarf is a little further back from my edge. So once again, you're preserving your edge. You are not causing damage to either side, but you can still, once again, wear your scarf. So now if you wear hats or headgear, what you want to do is maybe moisturize your edges, put the scarf directly over the edges so that you are protecting your edges, and then go ahead and put on your hat, your wig, whatever you have to do. Now, the number 5 reason why I'm seeing a lot of damage on the scalp, on the hairline, especially right in this area right here, is because of sweating. Now, many people exercise, there's some people who are just more prone to sweating, and a lot of times, myself included, you just wipe that away and you keep on going. Now, the majority of sweat is water. However, some of the salt content can be irritating to the scalp, irritating to the hair strands in general, causing itching, causing damage just by being left there. And that's another reason why people are not seeing their edges grow and flourish. So if you are somebody who sweats easily, or maybe you do things on a regular basis that cause you to sweat, please make sure you can get a little rag. You can just, get it damp, but just try, to get some of that sweat off of your edges. Now, I wanted to leave you with a bonus because, once again, our edges are kind of like the front line of everything. When you are putting on makeup, when you are doing facials or using face masks, when you are using acne medication or anything like that, your edges are usually going to have some of that product on. So what you want to do, just to, once again, preserve your hairline, preserve your edges while you are doing the things that you have to do for clear skin, or, just to feel, once again, and look good. What you want to do is make sure that you are protecting your edges by wearing some sort of band that can protect your edges from getting all of those products, all of those chemicals on your very delicate baby hairs, your delicate edges. Now, this is practical tips on what you can stop doing literally today, but I am going to have some videos coming up on other things you can do if you are still not seeing your edges flourishing and growing. If this video was helpful to you, or if you are doing any of these 5 or 6 things and realize that that is why you are noticing damage and breakage, please let me know in the comment section below. I love hearing from you. I love reading your comments because it really helps me to get the content that out to you that you need. If you have questions about edges or products or anything, once again, leave them in the comments below because I am here to help you 2023 to get your hair growing and flourishing once again. And please, thank you. If this video helped you, like it, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Whatever, we are going to be together 2023 getting amazing hair growth. So with that being said, thank you for watching another one of my videos. Don't be a stranger. Let's stay connected, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.